Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Lucy B here. The title today is Don't Move to Africa if you don't have the following. Okay guys, I've just come back from Africa. So what I'm gonna talk about now is just what I have done research. I've seen it. Here guys, we only talk about real life experience. We don't talk about something that you just hear. We just talk about real life. And guys, real life experience is the best teacher. Yeah. So what I'm gonna talk about here is just something that I went and experienced and I've seen and I've studied. Like I said, I've just come from Africa. Guys, let me tell you, Africa is the best place to be. Guys, when I was in Africa, I really enjoyed myself. I enjoyed myself so much that I didn't want to come back. I've not been in Africa for like 20 years. So I went this time to visit my family. And I also took my child. It was his first time to go. Guys, just want to say sorry that I should have done some recording, but I'm gonna maybe put here watch out for some few video, maybe 1 or 2 video I'm gonna just put here while I was in Africa. Guys, I was in Africa. Guys, Africa is the best place to be. Guys, I enjoyed myself. You know what you call enjoyment, I really enjoyed myself. I enjoyed myself to the maximum. It was the best holiday ever. And I was happy every day. I was just having fun. I was having the best time of my life. But with that, because I was having the best time of my life, and I was like, no, I think I need to come back to Africa. I need to come back. But then the certain thing I experienced there made me to do this, made me to think of what to do before you move to Africa. That's why I'm saying don't move to Africa if you don't have the following. Yes, my dear family and friends, if you don't have this, don't move to Africa. Don't watch YouTube video today. Someone say they are living off grid in Africa. They move to Africa permanently. They are doing this, they are progress, whatever. Don't watch that and then straight away you pack and leave before planning. No. Don't make that mistake at all. I've been in Africa. Africa is not as cheap as you think. Africa is very expensive. As usual, guys, before you move to any new place, say for example you're moving to a new continent like Africa, guys, first do research and understand before you move. Moving to any new place need planning and consideration. You need to plan first. So before you move to Africa, do research and plan before you move. Don't just watch a YouTube video of someone just saying, hey, I moved to Africa, now I'm living the best life. No, don't do that. First plan, do research, okay? Do thorough research of the culture of that area, the laws, the custom, the language, whatever you plan to move. First visit. I've talked about this before. Visit Africa first before you move, and then do thorough research of the culture, of the language, of the law, of the custom of that place. That was number 1. Number 2, legal requirement. Make sure you have the right document, like the visa, your passport, your everything to enable you to stay in that place. Make sure you have the right document before you move to that place, such as working permits. Make sure you have the permit to work, to do business, to do any other thing. You're free to live there and do whatever you want. Make sure you have that. Number 3, guys, financial stability. Make sure you have enough money to sustain you, like constant money that is gonna be there in case of emergency, in case of anything. Make sure you have enough. Guys, when it comes to money, oh my God, I used to think Africa was cheap or cheaper. You need continuous fund for your stay there for emergency and everything. Africa is not cheap. Can you imagine, guys? You can spend 1,000 in a day. 1,000 pound you can spend in a day. Guys, for me here, 1,000 pound I spend in a month. Guys, this is my biggest shock. Hey guys. My town in the continent of Africa is Uganda. Hey guys, Uganda is expensive. Can you imagine, guys? I can change 1,000 pound today and I spend it all and it's not enough. This was the most shocking thing in my life. I used to think Africa is cheap. Hey, it's not. I was shocked. I just changed 1,000 and I spend it in one day. You won't believe that. But it's true. I don't know. I was like, is it like Ugandan money has no value or something? Guys, I was shocked. I thought something was not right. I had to check with my friends. I called my friend and I say, I changed 1,000 today and I spend it in one day. My friend said, that is even small. She said she spent 2,000 pounds in one day. Guys. Africa is not cheap. Oh, Africa is not cheap. I thought Africa was cheap, but no, it's not. So guys, be one. If you move to Africa, make sure you have financial stability. Make sure you have this fund, this continuous fund that will be coming. Don't just move thinking, oh, Africa is cheap or whatever. No, Africa is not cheap. Hey, I was shocked. Don't move to Africa if you don't have any fund coming in like every now and then. Don't move to Africa. Don't watch any YouTube video today and somebody telling, hey, we moved to Africa and now we are living this good life. We are happy. We are No, it's not true. Make sure you have a stable financial coming in. Hey, I learned from a very weird way. I'm still shocked after now, and I'm still asking questions. I don't know if it is only in Uganda. Guys, tell me, comment down below here. Is your country like my country, Uganda? I feel like the money in Uganda has got no value. I can use 1,000 pounds for the whole month, sustain me for the whole month. But in Uganda, in one day, no. I feel something is not right somewhere. In fact, if I've asked like one or two friends of mine, if they are not even like supported me and said, oh, mine is even less, I would think like maybe something is not right with me. Oh, I don't know, I'm using the wrong thing. Hey guys, Uganda. So what I want to tell you guys, don't just pack and move to Africa if you haven't got a solid and continuous fund coming in. Don't move to Africa. Don't take this message lightly. I am very serious. I don't know about your country, guys. If you're coming from another African country, please can you comment down here if what I'm saying is not like the same thing in your country. Please comment down here. I want to hear, guys, because I'm just like scared. Because guys, I really love Africa. I love Africa to the extent if I have money, I would just move back tomorrow. Just tomorrow, I want to go back. Hey. Don't move to Africa if you don't have accommodation. Make sure you have your own accommodation first, or if you plan to go and maybe do it while you move there, make sure you have a temporary accommodation that you'd go and you have where to stay, because guys, accommodations are very expensive. Can you imagine hotels a night is about like £450 a night? That is if you're going to an apartment or if you're going to a hotel. I don't know if it is like renting, but I know it's not something small. Make sure you have enough money for your accommodation. Number 4, health consideration. Get all recommended vaccination and consider health insurance that covers you in that location. Try as much as you can to understand the health condition in that country or region you're moving to, because guys, when it comes to health in Africa, it's very expensive. Already brain drain. Most of our doctors and nurses have moved to the West, so we lack doctors and nurses, and the few doctors that are there, they charge very expensive. And when it comes to government hospital, you're gonna get nothing. Most of the doctors that work there, they will have clinic, and whatever you go for any treatment, they'll refer you to their clinic, and the medication, they are very expensive. So be ready for that, for emergency and all that. Employment, guys, if you're moving to Africa with job, make sure you have a confirmed job and the contract. Otherwise, when you're moving to Africa, don't think of a job, because there are no jobs. You need to go with the intention of creating new job, of creating job for the locals, but not to get job there, unless if you're getting a job from wherever you are. Let's say you're from America, you're going to get job within the American company or UK company or any Western whatever company. Make sure the job is confirmed and you know about the contract. Otherwise, be ready to create job for the locals. There is no job in Africa, and the job in Africa, when it is there, is only for the person, his family, the in-laws, and so on. It's not easy to get job in Africa. Safety and security, guys, make sure you familiarize yourself with the security and safety in that wherever you're moving to. Make sure you know how to keep yourself safe, how to whatever. And the best thing also is to make sure you get used to the local, so that they can help you, they can guide you. Don't just move without knowing the security of that area. Culture adaptability. Be prepared to adapt to a new culture, which may include learning a new language and also understanding social norms. That is if you're the people that are just moving to Africa. Say for example, most of the black that were not born in Africa, say the black African American or any black that was not born in Africa, and it's your first time. But if you for me, I know the culture. I go, I speak with the local, I speak the same language, I don't need to learn any language. But if it's your first time in Africa, you need to be ready to learn their new language. You need to be ready to experience their social norms and all that. Yeah. Cut that one. You need to be ready to learn their new languages and understanding their social norms. Support network. Establish a support network, whether through expat community, friends, local friends, professional contact, or even family member. That's if you're like within the local, you're from the community. Travel arrangement, guys. Plan your travel arrangement. When you arrive, who is gonna pick you? Which, if not family member, which company is gonna pick you? Where are you gonna go? That kind of stuff. Plan your travel arrangement. Local knowledge. Gain knowledge about local amenities such as grocery store, schools if applicable, and other services you may need. Basic necessities such as bank, communication, and transportation. Know what kind of means of transport you're gonna use. You know, guys, I struggle, when because of transport. Make sure, like, if you're moving to Africa, make sure you have your own transport, because if you're gonna use like maybe just to pay for taxi or whatever, it's gonna be damn expensive for you. So like the main thing before you move to Africa, make sure you have your accommodation, make sure you have your own transport, and make sure you have contingency fund, coming in, just in case of emergency, in case of anything. Make sure you have like those things before you move to Africa. Otherwise, guys, you will suffer. So guys, finding this information informative, have you gained something here? Please guys, like, subscribe, and share. Subscription is free. If you subscribe, you'll make my day. So I see many people watch my video, but then they don't subscribe. So please guys, subscribe. Let's support this channel. Let this channel grow as we bring more information, more whatever. So if you have a caring heart like me, definitely you're gonna subscribe. Or if you don't want to subscribe, at least do one thing. You can either like or share to your social media. Okay, I know you're gonna do that, and thanks already. What I want to tell you guys, if you're planning to move to Africa, don't rush and then later you start blaming people. If you're planning to move to Africa, be ready to be uncomfortable, because trust me, whether you have plenty of money or whatever, at one point or another you're gonna feel uncomfortable. Not like here in the West, like everything when you want to do is like okay, it's like just there, it's like quick and it's just there. But in Africa, as much as even if you have like every money, there come a time the problem is time. People don't follow time. When you say someone to bring for you or do for you, come and to you an appointment to come and you have an appointment with them or something, if you say 8 o'clock, just be ready to expect that person around, might be 3 hours later. They don't follow time. So be ready to be uncomfortable. They don't follow time. And then sometimes if you want to go somewhere, the roads are not very good. If you want to go somewhere and reach in time, just be ready to delay somewhere. It could be either traffic or it could be like the road. There are so many potholes that the cars, they have to take time before they reach there. So be ready to be uncomfortable. Be ready for uncomfortability. Be ready for anything. You just have to be resilient if you're moving to Africa. Like, be strong. Be ready to persevere. If you want to move to Africa, finally. And if you're over like 50 something, you want to move to Africa, like I said before, do research properly and don't rush. Because once you move, you might realize that it's not what you had planned. And then it will be too late because you are not strong anymore. It might be too late for you to come back. So that's why before you move, if you are a bit older and maybe you have a medical condition or whatever, do your research very well. First go to the country, do the research very well, study where you want to move, study, be ready that in case of this happen, because if you are young, it's okay, you can move to Africa, and then when things don't work out, you can still decide and come back to wherever you are. But when you're older, it's not going to be easy, because some of them have been stuck like that. So guys, do your research, proper research where you want to move to, the reason you want to go. Do a proper research and be ready. Have that mindset of adaptability, mindset of like whatever comes, you're gonna persevere. Otherwise, guys, life in Africa is very good. Why do people want to move to Africa? You want to move to Africa for, first of all, leisure is there. Like here in where I live in Europe, there's no leisure. I'm not happy. I'm here in Europe. I'm not happy. I'm not happy. Every day I am mourning. I am stressed. I'm everything. But when I went to Africa, when I went to Uganda, I was laughing every day. I was having fun time. every day. You know, life was so sweet. You're there because you know, guys, me, I'm a family person. You know, I love my family so much. So if you're somebody there, if you ask me to choose between you and my family, my dear, you're asking the wrong question, because I love my family so much. And I think it is in the family. I think it's around in the family, because I remember my uncle, may his soul, he died some time back now. One time he had this beautiful lady, and the lady had asked him to choose between her and his family. He told the lady to be careful, because he want to be careful whatever question you ask, but the lady insisted, you have to choose between me and my family. And then my uncle said, you know what, you asked the wrong question, because I'm gonna choose my family. If you don't want my family, you don't want me. And the same with me. If you don't love my family, you don't love me. I love, guys, my family so much, because you know what, no matter what, family will only stay there. But if you meet this person, the stranger, you know, we have all our like lovers or whatever, they are strangers. These are people you did not grow up with. They grow up in a different environment, they have a different attitude, a different behavior, different heart. But with your family, you can fight, you can knock your head, you can do whatever, but you're still family. You will always forgive each other and will always come back together. So if a stranger asks you that, because once a stranger leave you, hey, my friend, they will not come back home. They will go and meet somebody else. So if somebody asks you to choose between your family, if you're wise, my dear, I bet you should be like me. Because me, if you ask me that question, you're asking the wrong question. You will regret for the rest of your life. Because no matter what, I'm going to choose my family. I love my family so much. So when you're in Africa, why one want to move to Africa? First of all, is being with your family. Secondly, lifestyle there, the health. You know, the food in Africa are organic. The food are healthy, not full of chemical or whatever. Every food you eat is fresh. If you want meat, you want chicken, you just go and get chicken from your farm and wherever. You just slaughter and it's fresh. But here in Europe, if you want to eat chicken, someone has, first of all, the chicken might not even be free range. Maybe it was just there being fed with, you know, whatever. And then they will keep the chicken there for so long, to the extent when you get this chicken, you don't even see the blood. There's no blood coming. It must have been stored in the freezer for so long. Maybe also, like, you know, you have to preserve it with some chemical. But then when you eat the food in Africa, it's healthy. You don't even put, you know, guys, let me tell you something. Guys, this one was so funny. Do you know when I went to Uganda, I felt like I was the biggest woman in Uganda. I wanted to buy like African clothes, come back with, you know, when you go somewhere, you come back. Every shop I went, they didn't have my size. I always wear extra large here, but in Uganda I was even getting the 3 times, like the 3X's. Still they were not fitting me, and I felt so bad. Every place I go, I ask for a clothes. They just tell me, no, we don't have your size. I even asked, do they have like special shop for bigger people? No, they didn't. Guys, you know how I felt. I felt so bad. I felt like that I was the biggest woman in Uganda. Even though they told me there are some other biggest women in Uganda, but I did not see it. I was there for 3 weeks. I didn't see not even one. So you see that. So why other people choose to go to Africa is because you want for health, for leisure, for family, and for other many benefits. But I'm telling you now, before, if you decide this is where you want to go, because me, I want to go back to Africa. I'm still figuring out what to do. But if you want to go to Africa, don't go if you have this thing I've talked about. If you don't have this thing yet, don't go to Africa. Don't come back and blame people. They say this. No, don't watch someone's YouTube channel today, tomorrow, you see the way they want. No, don't do that. Don't come back and then start tarnishing African name. Africa is not what it is. No, plan first before you move to Africa. Guys, I'm sure I've really stated a lot. And guys, if you resonate with this, please can you like, can you subscribe, can you share and comment here. I want to hear. I want to know more, guys. Before you move to Africa, what should we do? Please leave your comment down here. If you have any other idea, please comment down here. Let's help each other so that we know before we move to Africa. Because guys, for me now, guys, I even cried. I was crying. I'm like, guys, I don't want to go back. I just wanted to stay in Africa. And even if someone say go back tomorrow, I will go. The food. Hey, I don't know. I should have like recorded. I should have like shown you guys what I miss. When I went there, whatever I was missing, guys, I was eating them, like punching that, because I know when I come here, I'm gonna miss them. I love sugarcane. I was chewing sugarcane every day, even 6 of them. The corn, I would have even like 6 or 10 of them. Matoke, guys, if you come from Uganda, you know matoke. I was eating matoke for my breakfast, for my lunch, for my dinner. Organic chicken. Hey, guys. And then there's some vegetable, like the nakati, like the gobe, and all that, dodo. If you're from Uganda, you know what I'm talking about. Leave your comment here. Guys, Africa is sweet. Oh. If you have money, if you have money in Africa, guys, you can live like a king. You can live like a queen. So if you're planning to move to Africa, plan very well, and then you can enjoy Africa. Otherwise, guys, thank you and have a nice weekend. I love you. Please don't remember, subscribe and like and share. Thanks already.